Hello, hello. Something a little bit different this week. Basically, how we're doing it is what we're trying to do over the summer is we'll spend one weekend at a campsite, me and Ceri. We'll spend one weekend going to either like a park for night or a Brit stop or something like that. And one weekend, I'll be going away on my own. I do fancy just getting away sometimes, but where Ceri likes everything planned and regimented and thought out in advance, I am more than happy to just take off and see what happens. So one weekend a month, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make maybe some loose plans and go off and do my own thing. This weekend I'm meeting up with a friend I don't see all that often. He lives about an hour and a half away. So we're going to go to the cinema and watch Supergirl. That'll be interesting. The write-ups for that are very conflicted. Maybe have a little bit of a barbecue, and then I'll go and find somewhere nice to spend the night. The first thing I'm going to do is have a little bit of breakfast and a morning coffee, and then I'm going to take the van to get washed. Where I'm going in the world is Aberavon in South Wales, near Neath Talbot. It is a beautiful seafront there, so I don't know if it's going to be possible, but if I can, I would love to wake up in the morning with that view. Can I have a large toffee latte, a double cheeseburger, and a portion of cheese bites, please? Yeah, I don't know if you can see it on the camera from there, but one thing I have trouble with is spiders living in my wing mirrors.
So lovely here.
Lovely. Cheers.
Hiya.
All right.
Here you go.
Thank you very much.
It
occurs to me that I probably eat too much McDonald's. I don't know if you can see that, but that is the tangled web of deceit left by my arachnid occupiers. Let's go and get the van washed. Cheers, fella. Thank you very much. We have a porta-cabin toilet there, a portaloo. The cheeky part of me wants to ask if I can use it, but the door's open, and it kind of looks like the test site of the Manhattan Project in there, so I don't think I will. Vandalorian is looking good as new. I know it's cheesy, but I couldn't resist. What do you think of our YouTube stickers? Well, that was a little bit of drama. In the spirit of learning all about the van and its capabilities now that it's converted into a camera, I just had a pretty sharp lesson just how heavy this van is. Everybody's queuing to get off at Barry Island to go see Nessa and whatever, and their fish and chips and whatever that series says that's set in Barry that everyone loves. Gavin and Stacey. You'll always get these idiots who go in the middle lane and they slow down a bit to try and squeeze in and beat the queue, and then when nobody rightfully lets them in, they end up slowing down to a crawl. Well, I was in the middle lane overtaking all the queue, and the car in front of me slammed on his anchors, probably trying to squeeze into a little space. So I, understandably, had to slam on my anchors. Well, I've been driving this van for about 5 years, so I'm pretty used to its capabilities. I wasn't really concerned, but oh boy, should I have been. Hot damn, this girl, she is thick. Oh yeah, damn. By the time I actually slowed down to a reasonable speed, I couldn't even see his number plate or his rear lights. I could pretty much see his roof. I must have been 6 inches away from slamming into the car in front of me. I'm not saying I did, and I'm not saying I didn't, but I may or I may have not leaned on my horn for a bit and flipped him the bird. Yeah, I absolutely did. Well, here I am on Aberavon Sea Front, having a looking around at the parking to see if I'm going to be able to get somewhere on the seafront for the night. There are a couple of places I'll check out later. It has changed a lot since the days when they had more parking down here. It's changed an awful lot. Tell you what though, I'd forgotten just how many speed bumps are down here. And it's pretty bad because all the pies Vandalorian, she don't like them. She don't like them one bit. Yeah, later on I'm going to have a scout and check all these car parks. See what the signs say. And here I am. My mate Mike's house. I'm off to have a good day. Be nice to catch up. Well, you didn't really want filmed, but yeah. So, went over his, had a barbecue, which was nice. Had a good catch up. I went to cinema to see Supergirl. You know what? It wasn't actually as bad as all the online drama about it says. It was actually all right. It wasn't Shakespeare, but it was a good yarn. And yes, she does look like the feral kid from Mad Max 2. If you've seen it, you will understand. So yeah, it's 9:15, and I've just pulled up outside of Morrison's so I can quickly pop in and get some milk for my tea and a couple other bits and bobs. It's actually drizzling, which I'm surprised at. Didn't expect there to be rain today. But yeah, it is getting dark, so it doesn't leave me long to find a parking spot. So I'm going to get some bits and bobs, and I'll see you when I get back. Hey, Sweet Pea.
Hello. I've sent you a message and you hadn't seen it, so I didn't know it's a park for a night.
Oh, I'll have a look. I've just got out of Morrison's, so I'll go have a look now.
Yeah, it's not far from you. It's in a sort of like train station car park thing, a little nooky one. It's quiet, and the reviews are from not that long ago, 26, like last a couple of weeks ago. So it looks quite good. So I thought, that might be a nice quiet place for you.
I'll have a nose. I'll go down the seafront first, see if there's anything that takes my fancy, but failing that, I'll have a look at your park for now.
Yeah, that one car park that was down by the seafront, I looked at that one again, and it said that it was no parking overnight.
I mean, I appreciate her checking for me. I don't fancy staying at a train station. That'll be a last resort. Unfortunately, I've left it a bit late in the day to actually have a proper look. I don't really want to go hunting in the dark. Because there's scary things out there. Nah, it just makes it much harder. Woman in the middle of the road with her phone out, taking photos of something. Anyway, back to the parking problem. I think part of the problem I'm encountering is a lot of the car parks that used to be here years ago are no longer here. No, the car park I was expecting to find is no longer there. Damn it, I wish I had more time. Hate to say it, I might actually have to go to this train station. If I had more time, I'd go look for a Brit stop. Well, there are other vans here. That's a good sign. Well, here we are. Well, looks like this is my home for the night. It's a train station car park. To be fair, it's pretty quiet, it's pretty scenic. Got a bit of grass outside. There is a party going on. I don't know if you can hear the music. There's a party going on over there. It sounds a bit like a karaoke. I don't know if it's a pub or what. But yeah, I couldn't really hear it from within the van, so I think this will do. Right, let's get set up. Right, while I was in Morrison's, like I said, I bought noodles, something quick and easy to make, and I was looking for stuff I could chop up and put in my noodles. So I didn't find a great deal. But one thing I did find, I've been looking for a van mug for a while, because a mug is something that's greatly personal to you. As somebody from a nation of tea drinkers, mugs are something we take very personally and seriously. So I found this. I like big mugs and I cannot lie. This is my van mug. If this had a pulse, it would be my spirit animal. That is my van mug. The camping mugs we've got, the plastic ones are all right, the plastic cutlery and all that, but it's nice to have something a little bit personal, and it's nice to have a ceramic mug to drink your tea from. I'm gonna, first of all, put my windscreen covers up, and then I'll be back. Well, as you can see, that's me got a little bit of privacy now. The windscreen and the side windows are all covered up. Curtains are all closed up. And I have a little bit of privacy, apart from the sunroof. But if somebody climbs my van, I will probably notice. So I'm debating whether or not to have some food first, or to go explore. You know what, actually no, I think I'll make some food first. Unfortunately, because of how late it is at night, I'm not gonna get the cooker out. I think I'm just gonna boil some water and make my noodles. Because I thought I may struggle to actually getting done in any reasonable amount of time, I got some kimchi noodles, which I can just add water. And because noodles are nice to have a little bit extra, I did look for stuff I could chop up and put in it. Like I said, I couldn't find any dry cured sausage or smoked sausage or anything like that. So I got a packet of roast chicken refrigerators, and they smell good. I'll chop them up and put them in. I've also only got 2 litres of water, so I have to use it sparingly. How much water does this take? I should probably look at the instructions. It doesn't say. Okay, direction. Open lid halfway, add seasoning powder, pour boiling water to the inside line. Close lid and wait 4 minutes. Well, that sounds relatively straightforward. Where is the inside line? Inside line. That's maybe half a litre. Got a little bit more. Yeah, that'll do. I'll need a little bit to wash my mug out. I feel like that's going to take forever. I did get myself an interesting dessert though. Drumstick Squishies flavor biscuits. Cherry and apple flavor biscuits. That sounded too interesting to turn my nose up to, so this will be dessert. It'll be interesting to see what they're like. I got myself some milk as well to make tea with. I got myself a Yazoo milkshake, which I might have for breakfast. Oh, there's a point actually. I need more water because I've just realized the plug works better when it's turned on. I need more water because I need to fill my mug. Alright, while I'm waiting for the kettle to boil, I might get my bits and bobs ready. Let's get my cook mat out. Smells better than expected actually. Oh, got some kick to it. Something does actually occur to me. I think at the beginning of the video I said how Ceri likes to plan everything out and my solo weekends are about just me taking off and seeing what happens. Given tonight, I actually think I could probably take a leaf from Ceri's book and do a little bit more planning, because that way I probably would have had a better place to stay if I'd thought about it beforehand. But I think this will do. I think Ceri's onto something. Don't tell her I said that. Bit of salt and pepper. Shame I don't have some mixed herbs, but in a van this size, I think a herb kitchen would probably be pushing it. Smell nice. Oh, they're actually really good. I hope I got enough of them left by the time I've done the cooking. Alright, fork to stir with. To be honest, I can probably break them on my fingers. I don't think I need to get a chopping board and a knife out just to chop these up. Not bad. I think I'll have a caramel latte rather than a tea. Yeah, we're gonna need to get a spoon for the sugar to live in the sugar jar. Aha! For a second I was worried we wouldn't have any teaspoons. As I say, that's what these little learning experiences are about. Taking the van out on my own, seeing what I need and what I don't need. Right, let's give my cup a little wash. Don't waste too much water on that. Okay, see that soak for a bit. Heh. Ooh, it's pretty hot. Ooh. It's a brand new cup though. I'm gonna wash it properly. I think that will be good. And it's raining. I do love my caramel lattes or caramel macchiatos or whatever the coffee shop happens to sell. As you've probably noticed by now, I'm a big fan of McDonald's ones. But I'm not a coffee snob, so in a fix, I can get away with a sachet. They're all right. They're not anything special by any means, but they're drinkable. And I did that without getting sugar everywhere. Go me! Question is, do I have enough hot water for it? Oops, spillage. Just enough. Bonus. That's a good old mug of frothy goodness. Unlike Ceri, I've got to let everything cool down. I can't drink it roasting hot. Let's have a look at my noodles. Basic. There's not a lot in them, is there? Oh, it looks like there's some mushroom in here. Yeah, I was hoping to pick up some dry cured bacon, some smoked sausage, maybe a bit of chicken, and some herbs. But Morrison's wasn't that useful. I'll tell you what, before I put that in, I'll leave these a bit longer. Right, I think it's about time to start adding the chicken. I think that'll probably be enough. These are actually really good. Let's try this out. Get a little bit of chicken in it. Bon appetit. I've had worse. For a 10:15 at night meal, I've made worse. Yes, I know I'm disgusting. Right, let's try our wonderful dessert. Oh, they smell gorgeous. They're tiny though, really small. There we go, squishies. Not bad actually. Annoyingly, I let a fly in when I went out to wash my cup, and he keeps buzzing me, and I don't know where he is. I don't know I can lose something in a van this size, but there we go. Good coffee. Well, no. Okay coffee. But better than no coffee. It would appear that in my planning, I may have overlooked a slight logistical issue. I need the little boy's room, and I don't have anywhere to go. So yeah, all is not lost. I do think, however, in the spirit of, you know, thrifting something, recycling up or upcycling, I now have a use for this kimchi noodle pot. Right, now I've got my biological ablutions out the way. Let's get the bed ready and maybe watch some TV. I have a funny feeling this is going to be quite awkward. Probably don't need this. I didn't turn the front seat round, so I didn't think I'd need it, but I actually wish I had now so I could use it as a table. Yeah. I don't think I need both of the mattress covers, to be honest. I think I'll be alright with one. Yeah, I think that'll do actually. Yeah, I put the fan on because it's actually pretty warm in here. Well, after the kerfuffle with the last projector, I decided to invest in something a bit better. So I've got myself a Nebula 3 by Anker. And what an amazing bit of kit this is. It'll sit quite happily at the side here. I was going to mount it to the ceiling, but I don't need it. It'll sit here quite happily and shine on the screen. It'll do all the trimming and the autocorrect on the screen, and it works lovely at pretty much any distance. I've already tried it. It's a lovely bit of kit, well worth the money. And the control lights up when you pick it up as well, which is nice. I also bought the adjustable base for it, so I can put it at pretty much any angle I want to get a good picture. So the base screws on like this, and then I can tilt it at pretty much any angle I want. So this will sit here quite happily and project onto the screen. Really? There we go. And there we have it. The Nebula Capsule 3. There we go. Let's watch some quality YouTube.
At the moment, it's just got cleaning wipes. And then this drawer here.
Well, I've been trying out the new projector, and I quite comfortably say it works well. I am quite comfortable in here. Well, I've had a fairly nice night of chilling, and I'm going to go to sleep now, so I will catch you in the morning.
Well, good morning. Fair play. Straight up, I had a good night's sleep. I feel like I could have done with a longer sleep, but a good one nonetheless. I think I'm going to get up, have a morning coffee or whatever, tidy up a little bit, and then I might go have a little wander around and see exactly what's around here. No.
Alright, the bag for this is annoyingly small. Losing my rig. Well, it occurs to me, I only brought about 2 litres of water with me. So I used just over a litre for cooking and making a cup of coffee last night. Used some for brushing my teeth, used some for washing my face, and I used some for doing some cleaning off camera. I don't really have a lot left to cook with or make myself breakfast, so looks like this is going to be my breakfast. It is good, actually. One thing that is annoying is they've just cut the grass here, and I keep dragging it all into the van. I have to sweep out the van like every 5 minutes. Well, this was my camp for the night. I had a little chat with the guy in the other van. He's visiting South Wales and doing a tour of Wales. There's a train station literally right here. But to be fair, I had a good night's sleep. Didn't hear anything. There's a bit of road noise, obviously the train station. But no, it was sound. I'm gonna go find a coffee now though. I don't have water to make one here. I know there's a McDonald's just down the road, so yeah, I'll be continuing my bad habit. Well, that's me back home from my mini adventure. To be fair, it was a pretty quiet night. I didn't really get up to that much, so I'm not really sure if I've put together enough footage to actually make a video out of. So if you are watching this, obviously I did, and I hope that you find it entertaining enough. Again, I think I keep learning things about the van, what I should take and what I shouldn't take. And it is going to be a massive learning experience because I'm still a complete novice at this. But hey, the learning is fun. Well, as per usual, if you find any of our content useful, informative or funny, please drop us a like and subscribe, as it really keeps us motivated to make more. Thank you very much.